Today we're going to talk about the one thing that makes fried food so irresistible. And if you stick around to the end, I'll tell you how you can make it at home. It's not what you think. I'm here with Biologic Master. Cooking oil is made of molecules called triglycerides. Each triglyceride is like a little package with 3 fatty acids attached to a glycerol backbone. The type of fatty acid attached to the glycerol determines the properties of the fat molecule and, ultimately, the oil. When you heat an oil, the molecules move faster and bump into each other more often. And at a certain temperature, they start to rearrange themselves in different ways. At really high temperatures, those molecules can transform in another way, breaking their chemical bonds and releasing their electrons. Those energized electrons can then interact with oxygen in the air, triggering a chain reaction that forms unstable, highly reactive molecules called free radicals. When these molecules bump into each other, they break apart even more, releasing even more free radicals and causing the oil to rapidly oxidize or go bad. We can see this happening in this old cooking oil. The oil has gone bad, and when we heat it up, it smokes. That temperature at which the oil starts to smoke is called its smoke point. The smoke point is important because it tells you what temperature you should cook with that oil. If you cook with an oil at too high a temperature, the oil will break down and the food won't taste good. But if you cook with an oil at too low a temperature, well, nothing really bad will happen. But you won't get that perfect crunch you're looking for either. But why does the smoke point matter so much? Let's look at some fresh cooking oil. When we heat this oil, the molecules move faster and bump into each other more frequently. Eventually, the fatty acid tails of the triglyceride molecules slip past each other, rearranging into different combinations. This rearrangement allows the molecules to become more stable, releasing energy in the process. The energy is released as light, which is why we see this shimmering, sparkling quality in the hot oil. It's also why we see that glistening sparkle on fried foods. This process is called frying. Frying works best when the oil has a high smoke point, like the oils from peanut or canola. These oils have lots of unsaturated fatty acids in them, and those unsaturated fatty acids are more fluid at room temperature, and at higher temperatures, they rearrange more easily during frying. Saturated fats, like those found in coconut or palm oil, have a lower smoke point. They solidify at room temperature because their saturated fatty acids are more tightly packed. And at higher temperatures, they don't rearrange as easily during frying. But all that rearranging does more than just make the oil shimmer. It also creates enough energy to cause a chemical reaction between the fatty acid tails and the oxygen in the air. That reaction creates polar molecules with unpaired electrons, making them free radicals. Free radicals are notoriously reactive, and in the case of frying, that reactivity causes the oil to polymerize. Polymerization happens when the free radicals on the fatty acid tails link together to form long chains. During polymerization, the double bonds in the fatty acid tails break and reform in different configurations, which absorbs light in the visible spectrum, giving the oil that characteristic golden brown color. This polymerization also creates gas bubbles inside the oil, which, when they reach the surface, get trapped, forming a crunchy shell around the food. Now you know why that first bite of fried food is always the best. Now I'm going to go get some snacks. Thanks for watching, and see you soon.